Hello and welcome to another episode of Levi with Levi, which is me. Where it's basically just a relatively short episode where I'm kind of running through whatever I'm going through in my head and in my life at the moment. So, as usually, it's like quite uncertain what I'm going to talk about, but there is something about this feeling whenever we're about to do something uncomfortable or uncertain coming up, and maybe it's a little bit of a hassle because it's a lot of new things, and maybe you need to travel somewhere, and all these things, and yeah, there's something there. It's kind of this. Well, first of all, it's this feeling that I keep getting over me that I kind of don't want to go through with it. It's not really something I'm paying too much attention to because I know it's going to be amazing and I'm looking forward to it. I'm basically going to this 1 week uh, co-created festival in the Swedish forest where we're going to be camping and we're going to be there's going to be a lot of different camps with a lot of different kind of events going on. Like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. So I think it's gonna be fun. It's the first time I'm on a big one like that. It's gonna be like over 4,000 people this week. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of uncertainty. It's a lot of new people. There's some people I know that's going there as well. Um, but basically, it's going to be a hell of a week, and I need to kind of pack all the camping gear, and I need to get there with like trains and buses and everything. So basically, what I'm saying is there's a lot of uncertainty, but I want to do it. I think this will be a really cool thing to do, and there's something about it's easy to listen to the part of us that kind of don't want to do it because there's always reasons not to do something. Like you'll come up with anything to get out of anything, especially if you find it uncomfortable. So I could have easily come up with some sort of a reason, and my head has been doing it, and it's just fascinating to watch. But that's all I can do. I can just watch it, and I it definitely affects me. Like I feel like I'm becoming very a little bit kind of self-destructive in a way. It's like I'm kind of trying to trip myself up a bit. Is what I'm feeling. So for the past couple of days, I've just been not doing any like much sensible stuff. But then again, like it's not even wrong to do that. Maybe it makes sense to kind of really just chill, a couple of days before I go to this event. Um, yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to run through some of that feelings, and just to add on that, I'm just now kind of got this feeling. Ooh, it would be nice to kind of go down to Eagles pub here in Oslo and do some karaoke tonight, But then there's uh, all these thoughts. First of all, like, oh, okay, you're alone, that whole thing. It's okay. And oh, maybe you can write something on Facebook and see if someone want to join. Fine, I can do that, but it's also a bit scary to kind of put myself out there in that way. Um, but yeah, and then there's like, oh, but it's a Tuesday, and it's you can't go out late on a Tuesday, and it's all these thoughts that are just kind of tripping me up. It's kind of there's something I want to do, and then they're kind of trying to. I feel they're almost kind of trying to drag me down, and if they drag me down in a self-destructive way, they don't care about that. It's like whatever we could do to kind of just stop this change from happening. I feel that's like almost the main goal of the ego or the brain. It's just to no, 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 no. Let's just, let's fuck up what you want to do, so we can avoid changing. Yeah, but I'm sitting here in all this uncertainty. I don't know if there's gonna be anyone even at the karaoke place on a Tuesday night, and I don't know if anyone want to join me, and I don't know any of these things, and I don't even know if, you know what's gonna happen. So it's just this big uncertain thing, but I think change really comes when you just stop listening to all that stuff. When you stop listening to the whine of the brain, basically, it's like, ah, yeah, it's almost like it's just whine. It's just we just wanna think about this stuff instead of just doing stuff. So yeah, I think that's kind of, oh, sorry, drank some tea. Yeah, that's how it is. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. I'm gonna go down there, and I'm gonna go next week to Sweden, and yeah, I have some events I'm gonna host there, and um, it's like it's funny because I have two like events that I'm gonna be responsible for, and both of them are sorry, both of them are very uncertain. I mean, both of them are very different. But one of them I've done like many times before. It's like a sound journey kind of thing, just to get people relaxing, and yeah, yeah, people tend to like it. It's a very familiar thing. But the other thing is more like a kind of a workshop where we're gonna play a little bit. We're gonna play with the idea of jumping into thing versus thinking things through. That's like that's the theme, and we're gonna kind of play games, playing with that, and kind of feeling the difference. And I've never done anything like this before, and I don't know how it will be received at all. So it is. It feels to me to be a lot more uncertain. But truth be told, both are equally uncertain. Uh, I don't know how it's going to go on either of them. And I don't know how people will receive either of them. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter what people will think of the things I do. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I feel like we have this idea that we need to we need to kind of always deliver, and like always kind of nail it, sort of. And I'm just really getting the feel for now that it almost doesn't matter how we're doing. Like, I mean, try your best. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try my best. But if I completely fuck up these two events, truth be told, it doesn't matter. I'll like, I. It's like, first of all, it doesn't matter because why would it matter? Like in the grand scheme of things, it's like, yeah, it's just me doing something here on this little part of history in this, yeah, in the middle of nowhere in the universe, and no one knows what's going on anyway. So it's like, it's so in the grand scheme of things, obviously it doesn't matter. But I'm also thinking, like, for the ego, even like, why would it matter? Like, do you know, like, I have so much time left. I mean, like, it's not like the next time, no, people will like, oh yeah, you like, you know, people will not hold anything against me, is what I'm saying. I think people are just happy that people are doing something. I think I'm gonna try to fix the light a little bit here because it's kind of jumping between really bright. Okay, now it's a little bit dark maybe, but I think that's gonna be better. A little bit more light. Sorry about that. Maybe that should have been edited away, but I don't know if that's necessary. Anyway, I was at basically these two events that I'm gonna kind of host, and I, it's like I think it's just it is so valuable, kind of for my expansion of kind of my limits to just do it. You know what I mean? It's like just that expansion of the limits that I put on myself. Like, oh, I can't hold a workshop like that, for example. It's like just opening up that space, like going in there for the first time, just having a look. That's gonna open me up to a new world, you know? So if I fuck it up, it really doesn't matter because I've just expanded my world a little bit, and that is gold. I just feel like things that I was so afraid of kind of losing before. I see now that I've kind of stepped out more. I see that it doesn't matter. Like it's you'll the more you step out, the more opportunities there will be. Maybe new ones, but there's it's just doing it is an expansion, and not doing it because you're afraid, or if I would just kind of said I don't want to do it, and trust me, that's been crossing my mind a lot of times. It's like I don't I wouldn't expand, I would stay the same, even though there's a part of me who has come up with this workshop and has signed up for it and wants to do it, and I'm not allowing that part of myself to express itself if I'm chickening out basically and listening to the thoughts, because the thoughts aren't really saying much good about this. Like it's if it's saying anything, maybe it's thinking about how great it will be if it will be great. Like I feel like the thoughts are only thinking about good and bad, kind of like, ooh, it will be great, and then ooh, it will be bad, and then ooh, it's like, but it's just it's just unnecessary to think about, to be honest. Anyway, so I think just jumping into stuff that we feel like doing is just key. So yeah, I I'm excited. I'm feeling yeah. I'm talking to myself here, and I'm just telling myself that you're good. You're good. This workshop will go the way it goes, and it'll be good anyway. Uh, yeah, and the same goes for karaoke today. It's like I cannot go, and then there's a part of me that will feel safe, but there is a part of me that wants to go, and kind of I have I have some new songs that I've kind of added to my list the last couple of days that I wanna try to sing as well, that I haven't been singing before. So yeah, I wanna go to karaoke tonight for sure. So yeah. So that's what's basically what's going on, like in my upcoming future. And then there's another thing, because I'm it's this summer I've had a lot on the program, like one week after another, like stuff. I've had a little bit of quiet lately, but so now I'm going to this 1 week thing in Sweden, and then immediately afterwards I've been invited to my cousin's I think, yeah, a party on, but it's gonna be lasting for a couple of days, like immediately after almost. So I have to get basically from one side of Sweden back to Oslo, go home, clean my clothes, and then go to the other side of Norway again. Uh, but the thing is, I've really noticed is how kind of how heavy things can be when you kind of pile it all up together, right? So really, the only thing I need to kind of, I don't even need to worry about it. The only thing I need to do is kind of take steps towards getting to Sweden. Like earlier today, I booked like the bus ticket to get there, which is good. So I did that. Uh, but it's like I very often feel like we are piling stuff together, um, in terms of events happening, right? It's like if you just take one thing at a time and kind of just show up to that thing and you're there, like that's all. You're wherever you are, you are kind of there. You're not, now I have all these things going on for the next couple of weeks, and that's very stressful, you know. But it's like you can just only be here, like today, or even just right now. Like I'm not saying you're never gonna think ahead and just like, oh yeah, I need to order that ticket because the prices go up if I wait too long, for example. Like I'm not talking about not planning. I'm talking about sort of the mental baggage you are carrying when you are thinking about all the things you need to do, or you know, um, like even to-do lists. Like you can choose to go into like a to-do list that is 10 items, and all the 10 items are very big, let's say, and you can go into the first task, the most important one, and you can think, like carry those nine other tasks with you into that task, and like, oh my god, I have so much to do. I don't know, you know, I can't wait until holiday and the weekend, and maybe I have to work in the weekend, and all this stuff. So you can carry all that with you into task one and kind of sit there and like, oh, you know, oh my goodness, this is so horrible, you know, I have so much to do. Or you can kind of just drop it, you know, it's just thoughts. You're just bringing with you thoughts that you're kind of repeating over and over again. Like that's how I experience it, at least. And just sit down and just be in kind of, yeah, I'm doing task one. I'm doing the one I think is most important. And that's fine, you know, that's good enough. And it's like, and it's the same with like all these events, one after another and days after another. It's just, you can just be right here and do what you have to do right now. Like you don't have to bring all the time baggage with you into the present moment, because there's really not a lot happening in this moment. Like right here, right now, there's nothing happening. Like really nothing is happening in this moment. Like I can I can see myself talking, but right now I'm just I'm really feeling like how how there's nothing happening right now. Like I can easily kind of bring in a lot of stuff into this moment, so the moment becomes quite heavy. Absolutely, I have the capability to do that right now, and I can start to think about, you know, the next, like the rest of this uh, call. I can start to think about the karaoke and the event I'm going to next week, and the traveling I will do already on Friday. And then after that, you know, I can bring all that in here, and I can also bring the past in, like, oh my god, did I do well? Like the first minutes of this show, maybe that was horrible, maybe it was great. It doesn't matter. Like, but I can bring it in. I can bring in the whole day that I've had today. I've like kind of been super lazy today, and do you want me? Should I bring that in as well? And I'm just sitting here, kind of feeling the weight of it all. Or I can just be right here, right now. The only thing I have to do, and I don't even have to do that, but it's just keep talking. But I can even just stop talking, you know, and just say, sorry, I'm logging off. Or I can just stop it, you know. There's just there's no rules in the moment. Like, there's nothing here. Like, literally nothing is happening right now. I just, yeah, I'm not sure if this is coming across. I just have this feeling of nothing happening right now, you know. It's like, even though like the mouth is moving a little bit and there's coming kind of coherent sound out, like right now, nothing is happening. And every, well, something is happening. Okay, so this chair has been about to fall fall together for a very long time, and now finally it it did its last sit. So I got so engaged about this whole nothing thing that the whole chair broke down. So yeah, but I think that's actually a good place to end it all. And yes, I think like I think the whole episode kind of fits well together with the whole kind of feeling this this gloomy feeling before going to something uncertain, and just not thinking so much about it in the moment, or just not thinking about it. That's it. Just keep going, keep walking one thing at a time. And I'm glad it went relatively well here because I had like a hot tea and everything in front of me, and it barely spilled at all. So yeah. Anyway, I appreciate if you listened this far. I also appreciate everyone who didn't listen this far. Yeah, that's it. Have a great day.